Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with David. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to squash way down so you can see me. I've got my camera tilted way low because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing here on the cutting board. I'm not going to cook anything today. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up 2 whole chickens. Now I know a lot of people struggle with cutting up a chicken, and it's really not that difficult. I remember my mother, she would be at the sink, and boy, she'd just be sawing away. She'd grit her teeth and everything and really get down and dirty in it. Food was great that she cooked, but she struggled so much to do this. So I want to show you there's a real easy way of doing it. So I have 2 whole fryers here, and I'm going to cut them up, and I'll show you how I do it. The first thing I do, I set it down on the breast, and I just sort of pull the wings out. And there's a little joint right here, and you just cut around the joint, like so. And I'm going to do the other side like that. So when I've done that, I flip him back on his back, and I spread his thighs away from the cavity. And right here, all I do is break the skin. And then I take my hand, and I flip that thigh right out of the joint. Then I come right here along the back, put my knife up against the bone, and then I just sort of pull it away. Okay? So now the thigh and the leg is connected, and as you can see, there's a joint. If you balance this up right like this and get it, zeroed as close as you can, your knife will go right through the joint. So there you go. And then we'll do this side as well. I just break the skin, pull that back, come along the bone like this, pull it away, set it up, and go between the bone, the joint. Now, to separate the breast from the back, I set it straight up like this. I tilt my knife towards the back and just cut it straight down like that. Now you got the breast piece. And if you notice, there's a little white thing right here, a little cartilage or something. If you just break that and just pop this has been kind of frozen, so this is kind of hard to do. But you could take this bone, you could just take it right out with your hand. And that wasn't a very good example, was it? Chickens used to come in, we used to have to cut them up ourselves, and they would come in 24 chickens to a case. And I got to where I could cut up a case of chickens in about 7 minutes. So this one wasn't a very good example because it was frozen. But that pops out real easy. And then you can just cut it in half. And there you have your breast. Let's do another one. I'm going to cut these up. They were on sale. So I bought a couple of them. I usually don't buy whole chickens. Usually just the breast. But I thought, this would be fun. I'll get a couple of them. I'll cut them up, put them in the freezer, and we can barbecue them at a later date. So here's the wings. I'm going to set this up on its back, break the skin, pull that right out. Cut that right between it. Do the same thing on this side. Pull that right out. Cut that right like that. These are frozen. These are not very good example of what I wanted to show you, because this little bone here is frozen, because usually it just pops, you can just pop it right out. So there we go, just like that. Voila, there you have it. Cut up chickens. You don't have to struggle like my mom did. If y'all get a chance today, say happy birthday to Brenda. This is Friday the 8th of May. And if you're watching it on the 11th of May, say happy birthday to my daughter Rachel. I'll tell you how old Brenda is, but I don't know if she'd like that or not. She's 62. And I'll tell you how old Rachel is. I don't know if she'd like that either. She's 31. Okay, guys, that concludes another episode of Cooking with David, How to Cut Up a Chicken. Be safe out there. It's a jungle.